Man, this is so wide. Don't worry, we'll get to that in a minute. Welcome to I Am That Gator. Not to be confused by that Gator, but Acobra Cadabra. This is by Astonio instead. I Am That Gator. It's a body swap with Olivia. Hell of a move. Hell of a move. After a chaotic winter for Inco and Olivia's relationship has been rocky, but after sending a risky text to Olivia, he manages to salvage what little it got. He could just find a way to better understand what's going on in Olivia's head. If only he could spend a day in her shoes. It's apparently ending 2 we're going with. Interesting move. For some odd reason, the opening chapter starts like this. Because of how this has been done with spaces, it breaks when you make it smaller. So we're going to read this. I know, listen. I thought about it last night. I'm sorry what I said. I fucked up Olivia. Please take me back. Okay, I'll give it another shot. Now, if I do... Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah. Seems that OBS does not like that, and it's screaming with lag. Well, my window is lagging a lot when I do that. My heart is throbbing. I've never sent a more risky text in my life, but it worked out. Let's actually pick like a nice spooky song. Isn't Light Bulb like a really, really good song for this? Hold on. It's been a bit, sorry, since I've had to do some more dramatic songs. Light Bulb's pretty cool, right? Yeah, it's nice and miserable. Laying in bed, the white glow of the texting app shining on my face in my dimly lit room. Stare at the screen, viewing the most recent message. By the way, you can't just use like left, right, center justification, all that with HTML and like tags and stuff. But I guess it's a bit a lot to ask. Although I think that copy pasting text in this does know like a lot of little things you can do. That's correct for certain things. Asks to see her at school, and she shits sure. Just staring at a blue message bubble. Actually, my phone realizes that I'm not doing anything, so the screen turns on. It's getting kind of late anyways. I better get some rest. Hopefully the drumming of my heart stops. Gently place my phone on my nightstand, double checking if I turned on the alarm for tomorrow morning. Yep, time to hit the hay. Laying on my back and staring up at the ceiling, I reminisce about how much of a fucking idiot I've been to all the people I hold dearest. Damien, Liz, and even Ben. Well, worst of all, to Olivia. Tilting my head slightly to look outside my window, I view a starry night. I just wish I could understand it better. Understand what goes on underneath that scaly head of us. She's got a head full of hair, fucko. While staring at the starry sky, I catch a glimpse of a shooting star. I mean, there's so many stars. Zooming by in the blink of an eye. Man, really we're going with a wishing on a star, huh? I managed to get my mind off of things for a bit. But that moment didn't last long as I instantly went back to overthinking like I usually do. Just turn over to my side, face to face with the wall next to my bed, while my eyelids grow heavier as I slowly drift to sleep. The ever familiar sound of a Snoot phone alarm rudely invades my eardrums as I'm startled awake. I let out a groan, my eyes still closed. I scan my surroundings with my hands to find my phone on the nightstand. It takes a bit longer than usual, almost as if it's been moved during the night. Eventually, I did manage to find it. Tapping on the phone, I silenced the alarm. I let out a hearty sigh. Whew. Building up enough strength to get out of bed. I've never been a morning person, but today seems more rough than usual. I must have slept weird since my legs are asleep. Alright, enough snoozing. Time to get up. Position my body to where I can get up. Even with the numb feeling in my legs, I managed to get them on the ground. As soon as I tried to stand up, I immediately fell forwards. In an instant, my eyes open up and I land on my stomach on the floor. Great. An excellent way to start my day. Shouldn't you immediately notice the fucking snoot in front of your face, buddy? Place my hands on the floor and push myself up. I freeze. Sound of my heartbeat throbbing loudly in my ears. The breathing becomes erratic and strained. What kind of nightmare is this? Shouldn't Olivia's body not be as athletic as yours, Inko? It's kind of implied over the course of the game that you have become a more athletic man. And Olivia is a sad sack of potatoes that sits in the corner of the room. Like, your effort to push up should immediately meet extreme resistance. Even assuming that she crawls around every once in a while. She never does proper exercise, Breathing becomes strained and erratic. What kind of nightmare is this? My hands! They are my hands! The green scales, black claws. My breathing itched. Pushing myself up to where my torso was upright, I looked behind me to spot a long tail protruding from my lower back. These pajamas! I recognize these pajamas. Oh no! Bedroom comes into focus. It's Olivia's room. It's a wheelchair, painting, easels, beanbag, and paint everywhere, of course. The standing mirror waits in the corner. Use my hands to crawl over to it. Sound of the tail dragging on the floor is persistent the entire time. Wouldn't this feel extremely uncomfortable? Dragging that shit across. I made my way to the mirror and looking into it, not greeted by myself, but Olivia's face of all things. This is a dream, a nightmare. It feels real. At this point, I noticed the snout. Positioned myself on my knees in front of the mirror. You position yourself on your knees, kneeling in front of the mirror. Oh, fuck off, man. Don't double up like that. Get your tautologies and pleonasms out of here. Using my now scaly hands, I touch my face. Snout, sharp teeth. Prick myself on those teeth. Ow, that hurts. It's not supposed to hurt because it's a dream. You say that. I don't get why people think that. I begin hyperventilating. The tail begins thrashing around violently behind me. Way to be like, no, 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 no. We are not doing the fucking cartoon thing where the characters keep their voices. Inko does not sound like Inko when he's in someone else's body. Only to recognize the raspy voice of Olivia coming from my mouth. Although I could try to communicate some, like, I do give him certain, cadences. Tails violently thrashing back and forth. I grab and hold it close to my chest to try and make it stop. I need to calm myself down. Convince myself it's all just a dream and I'll wake up any second now. Everyone always says, I'll wake up any second. No one's ever like, oh, fuck, man, if it's a dream, I can go masturbate. Great. I can go get in a wheelchair and roll down roll down the hallway and have some fun. Like, no one ever has, like, a lucid dream where they have this much control and they're like, buddy, I'm gonna fucking ham this shit up. It's so fucking lame. Eventually, I managed to calm myself down enough where the tail stops moving. I release it and it thumps to the floor. Frozen in place. Staring at the mirror. The bags on her eyes are visible. God damn it, Olivia, would it kill you to go to bed on time? Knock, knock, knock. In the blink of an eye, I snap my head towards the door. Olivia, everything all right in there? I heard a loud slam. Recognized the voice of Mr. Payne behind the door. Cleared my throat was weak. Everything's all right, Mr. Payne. Glanced my mouth, or rather, snout shut. Don't be fucking racist. Realizing I just called Olivia's uncle Mr. Payne. Oh, Mr. Payne. Well, Bobby must not be awake yet. You must have been sleeping real good. Besides, anyways, breakfast's almost ready. I can hear Mr. Payne's voice fades as he walks away from the door, laughing. I lost my apes and you're laughing. Place both of my now green, scaly hands on my forehead to resist the urge to scream. In an attempt to wake myself up from this nightmare, I slapped myself, but nothing. Pinch in the arms? Nothing. This is somehow real. You know, I heard that the best way to wake up from a dream is to drown yourself. I'm just saying, get in the tub. Fucking idiot. Look at how many paragraphs start with I. I. Any connective tissue, we're going to start with a verb. Do anything, linking words, anyone? You know, establishing some fucking shit that's happening. Like, seriously, just start a line with, like, God, the room feels so weird now. I gather myself and calm my breathing. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Is this permanent? Then it hits me. Me. The real me. Like my body me. Still out there. I need to find myself and explain what's happening. If only I could... Oh, we're at the school today. I could probably meet myself there. Don't... Like, it's one thing to end, like, today, but it's school today. God. It's like two. Come on, buddy. You got a cool concept, but your writing is not keeping up. Wait. This means I'm now my own girlfriend. I'm overthinking things. Shake my head clear of those thoughts. Take a deep breath and look over to the closet. While I've control about it, I should pretend everything is normal. I straighten myself out as much as I can. Doing the knee shuffle, see no Olivia don't count the time I shimmer my way over. Open the closet, find a array of clothing items. Underwear! Oh no. Oh no. Why did I have to be a man? At least Freaky Friday doesn't have to answer that question. My curiosity gets the best of me to fight the urge to touch myself in any of the areas. Dude, if you're gonna write a fic like this, either don't call attention to it, like have it be this aside where he's like, I'm going to be decent about this, or have the character straight up use the proper adult words. You're talking about the chests, about the boobas, about them thick thighs, you're talking about that big old booty, and let's not forget the vagoo. Don't be a fucking coward. Either streamline it, spread butter over it like a sandwich, or give me the ham. Don't do this pussyfooting. No, this is wrong. I have to treat this body with respect. Even if it's a dream, or not. I have to treat Olivia with respect. Olivia, are you in my head somewhere? She's like, shut up, Ink, I'm trying to sleep. Oh no, I'm a system. I thought those weren't real. We're not a system, Inko. It's not the same. We got body swap. Then who's in my body? Nobody. You're just that fucking dense that I couldn't fit in there. Then I got a breath that feels like I've been holding in for forever. I grab a shirt I've seen Olivia wear, a classic purple hoodie. God, it stinks. And like boring gray pants and a bra. Seriously, why are we putting emphasis on this? Unless we're going to do something with this, don't. Just fucking don't. You're distracting. You're being weird about it. Holding the clothes, scooch over to the bed, place my top fit, start removing the pajamas, putting them on. I'm almost naked in my girlfriend's body. Inko, I don't know what to tell you. But send nudes. You owe it to the real Inko as an apology. Man, can you imagine you wake up in Inko's body, right? You're like, you're your own girlfriend now, and you find, or your girlfriend is like your boyfriend, and you find out they suddenly just send you nudes. And it's like, am I supposed to be angry or not? I don't know. It's just weird at this point. Like, yes, that confirms it, but on the other hand, really makes this day a little funny. I like how you're only almost naked. Buddy, you have to get fully naked for this to work. I grabbed the bra and placed it over the bosom. I struggled to strap it on because I've never done this before. I am but a caveman. This feels like a huge relief. My covered breasts. An instant tail starts flashing around again. I have a question, right? If you do these kinds of body swaps, I feel like as a human being, you kind of have to make a decision for yourself. Like, how much is sexual attraction inherent to your brain? Because neurochemistry is a big part of a lot of stuff. And nature versus nurture becomes a really big question in a body swap. Like, is Inko still attracted to his own body? Why would your own body have sexual feelings for itself like that? Olivia isn't like that. It's more what I mean. So why would Inko... Like, he would be attracted in the sense that as a human being, he would still have the lingering residual thoughts. But I think on a chemistry level, I don't know if it would translate. Because a lot of attraction is neurochemistry, more than it is, like, it's personal attraction. But at some point, your brain has to, like, agree to it and start pumping out those horny chemicals. And I don't know if that would work. And that's the thing you're going to have to answer when you do a body swap. Like, are you attracted to what you used to be attracted to? Or is Inko going to have to deal with the fact that he wants to smooch a guy? I think that's interesting. And it so often goes just ignored, right? Like, no one ever fucking wants to go there. Because it's such a weird question. It's nature versus nurture. Just go halfway. Just be like, listen, okay, Olivia, I need to tell you something. I look at Damien and I want to fuck him, right? I get the hots for the guy now. But I'm like, I don't want to have sex with a man. I want to have sex with a woman. I don't know how to resolve these two feelings. Olivia, I'm too much of a dork to sort. Olivia, please. You're a weird pervert. You can help me. Olivia, I've seen the fics you write online. Please. Olivia, why do I look at art called Anal4 and have a good time? He just looks at a phone. Ugh. Like, seriously, if you wake up in someone's body and you go to their porn folder, would you still like it? It's a question you've got to answer for yourself. Because I'm not happy if anyone gets in my body and starts judging my porn collection and not feel at least a little shame. Anyway, thrashing stops. How the hell do you control that thing? Shirt goes on, hoodie goes on, pants go on with a struggle. But the proper use of my legs is actually a massive challenge. She can use her thighs, like it's below the knees. I think she can still use her knees to a minor extent. At least she can keep herself stable, but... Actually, that might just be gravity doing work. Not to mention the tail stuck to my body. How the hell does she do this every day? Well, she has control over her tail, so you, like, actively use it to grab your hand and shit. I remember the many times I told her to get dressed. I just didn't know. Dude, please do not say that. Whatever, man. Man, you're gonna have to go to the bad bathroom when people stop at a bus station or at a gas station, because we know every single time from my experience being at gas stations when I was little and we were going on vacation is that the ladies' bathroom always has a line. Ugh! So gross. I can't imagine having to wait to go to the toilet. Panting after a hard task completed, I looked over to the wheelchair parked next to the bed. I know how to use it. I've tried it a few times with Olivia watching. Not to brag or anything, but I'm a master of balancing on it because you've got your fucking legs. Buddy, those things help. I shimmy on my knees over to the wheelchair and place myself on top of it. I was surprised at how easy it was to lift myself onto it. The strength in my arms is amazing. Now, I do want to point out that when I mentioned this whole, like, sexual attraction thing, one, you gotta remember these are 18-agers, and B, this is not necessarily the plotline to do this stuff in. So you want to pick something that works a bit better within that framework, or you're gonna have to accept that things are gonna be a little weird. Also, it's not really relevant to this particular plot line, which is more about, like, accepting of each other. But in that case, I'm like, why are you calling attention to this when the story is fundamentally about this? I guess that we're dealing with ending one Inko, but isn't he a bit of a simp? I feel like he'd be more dismissive of his own feelings in this regard. Be like, oh, I can't be like that to Olivia. I'm a gentleman. I'm a little simp. Anyway, you know what I mean. I shimmy on my knees, blah, blah, blah. Strength in my arms is amazing. It's almost like I have to push this giant, heavy, shit potato body around every day. It's like almost like Olivia has to push herself up with her arms every single day instead of using her legs. I should okay. I roll over to the door to the bedroom. I see Olivia's slippers. I grab them and place them on her feet. Why doesn't she put them next to her bed? I felt like those were slippers she just kind of had on the whole day. Look over my shoulder, I see the standing mirror again. It's Olivia's reflection. Messy hair on top of my head. I probably should brush it. You know, listen. Okay, hold on. Let's stop for a moment. I think like a really fun version of the story you could do is with Anon. Okay, okay, quick thing. You're gonna need to go with Fang actually being non-binary. Put Anon in her body, in their body, and go from there, right? Like Anon feels like the last kind of person who can contend with this because he's a fucking 4chan asshole, right? He's supposed to be a 4chan ass who dismisses all this shit. Also, Caveman almost certainly made him the kind of person who's a turf at the bare minimum. If not just straight up asshole to everyone. Putting him in the body of a non-binary person who's probably attracted to dudes would fuck him up so bad. It's funny. It makes for really good writing. Also, if you really want to, if you're willing to cross that line, I'm not saying you should, give Fang like one or two like interests that Anon is like, I don't know if I can handle this, right? Like, it doesn't have to be a weird fetish, like the extreme stuff. It can just be something where Anon's like, you know, I was into like anime and like, you know, lingerie and shit. But this is like, I can't get off without it, and I have to! I gotta go to the bathroom! I don't know, there's something fun you can do there. But admittedly, I just like stories where Anon's told to go fuck himself. Just go, jump out the window, Anon! I opened it for you, so you can defenestrate yourself. You'll probably brush my hair. And I'll know. Soon you'll learn the joy of brushing your hair as a bald man. Anyway. I spotted the hairbrush on Olivia's desk and brushed my hair. It's tangled like crazy and the knots were pretty painful, but at least looks better now. Fun fact, in Dutch, we call them klits. Klitten in je haar, which unfortunately does not translate to English at all. I didn't know they were knots until after I'd already made the fatal mistake. But at least looks better now. I'm impressed that a guy who is literally bald has any experience with brushing hair. I'm very confused that we're not calling more attention to that. If we're going with the fucking bra thing. Rolling over to the door, I open it. That's what a terrible fucking line. I roll open to the door, once again, to open it up. It squeaks open, I roll myself out. Instantly, the smell of breakfast hits my snoot. Shouldn't we point out that your sense of senses should be very different? Like, Olivia probably sees colors differently than you do. Okay, listen, I'm the kind of person who strongly believes that the qualia between individuals are so drastically different that if we were to inhabit a different person's body, red would not be red and blue would not be blue anymore. Like, the experiences of what yellow is to me is not the experience of what yellow is to you. And that shift, like, we can identify yellow, because to us, we can identify yellow because yellow always looks the same. But, if I were in your body, like, what you see as yellow might be, like, I don't know, it might be blue. Like, what I consider to be the sky would to you be yellow. And that is a thing that I think too many people are sleeping on. Like, learn about individual experience, nature versus nurture, the concept of qualia, memories, and the effect they have upon us, as well as the neurochemistry in your brain. Like, there's so much interesting shit you can do with this that no one does because no one thinks about this stuff because I'm the only smartest person in the room, and I'm super smart, and you're all dumb, and I'm super smart. Look, I'm just so smart, okay? I'm just so smart. Please. Just accept that you're an inferior species and move on. The smell's intoxicating. But I do think that considering how often people like to ham on the fact that the dinosaurs got great smell, I feel like he would just be knocked out by the capacity to smell stuff. I would be knocked out because my sense of smell is pretty bad. Or at least not as appreciative, shall we say. So I'd personally be flabbergasted. Bacon, eggs, and even oil in the pan. Someone oiled the pan. Holy shit. I always just throw my egg in there straight away, and for some reason it gets stuck on the bottom. Livy! Livy! In an instant, I'm attacked by a gremlin wrapping around me. Oh no, it's that shit move from Gen 1. Pokemon, no! Why would you wrap me? It was Vinny. Slightly startled, I wrap my arms around him and squeeze. Vinny, I say, still surprised by the sound of Olivia's voice coming out of me. I mean, fun part is that she wouldn't sound like herself because of how your cochlear bones. I think cochlear bones is the one I'm looking for. Sorry, Saffy, it's time to get fucked. Not the collarbone, the cochlear bone. Holy shit, did I get it right? Holy shit, I might have gotten it right. The inner ear, please. Inner ear. Are there bones in the inner ear? The cochlea, dedicated to hearing. And the temporal bone of the skull. Well, there's a bone there somewhere. There's bones in there, in your skull. Who knew? The point is that because of how your throat is located inside of your body, low frequencies vibrate up to your ears. So the way you sound to yourself is not how you sound to others. So technically, Inko should be like, I sound like Olivia, but something is off. Listen, I think a lot about this stuff, and I will beat you up. Do not look in the weird fetish folder. It has nothing to do with this. I just like thinking about these things sometimes, okay? Because I know too much. I get bored, okay? Ugh. Seriously, why isn't Inko in about the hair? Like, the gender swap, sex change is one thing. But the fucking hair, man. Inko, you're bald. Humans can have hair. Why aren't you like, man, I can finally brush my hair? And it's so nice. Anyway. Vinny unwraps himself, stands in front of me. He's wearing his usual Mr. Beast shirt with the overly long sleeves. God, he's such a merch kid.
Come on, Livy. Dad's making breakfast and for once it smells good.
There's a loud, hey! From the kitchen. Vinny giggles and frolics. If Vinny does not frolic, that fucking kid gremlin sprints over to places. Smile grows on my face. I love that people think I'm Olivia. It makes me feel good about myself. I roll over to the kitchen and spot Payne's enjoying each other's company. Damien is sitting at the dinner table browsing his phone with Sophia next to him reading a book. Ranning is standing in the kitchen manning the stove, working his magic on breakfast. Vinny joins the duo by the table, eagerly waiting for his breakfast. Hey, love, what's up?
Oh, good morning, Olivia.
And Sophia, and then I roll to Olivia's place. It's obvious, because it's the one without the chair. I appreciate that you remember that Olivia's seat would not have a fucking chair, because she just rolls up to that bitch. She's also almost certainly located at the middle of the table, because otherwise she would sit at the chair leg. She might also sit at the head of the table, or the middle, but she would not sit at the corners, because her chair wouldn't fit as well. Even the heads of the table might be a bit problematic. Oh, we just had a good... Speaks up from the... Listen, hold the fucking phone, buddy. I'm going to smash your face in with this phone in about 5 seconds. You have 5 seconds. Get the hell out of here before I hit you with it, okay? Where is the Payne residence? Probably called Damien House. Yeah, there we go, Damien House. They go to a clothing store? Oh, yeah, with Olivia. Living room. If you look at the living room, you'll note that the dining table and the kitchen are like 2 fucking feet apart. Like, the dining table is in the kitchen. There is no massive separation. People do not speak up from the kitchen. He's right over there, motherfucker. We had a good laugh just right about now, chatting about how he called me Mr. Payne. You must have been sleeping real good. You already said that. Paynes start laughing. Also, the Payne should not be without the possessive apostrophe, as far as I know, right? I don't know.
Oh, by the way, Olivia, your hair looks so beautiful. I wish you brush it.
No, wait. Wasn't she like, the nanny?
Oh, by the way, Olivia, your hair looks so beautiful. I wish you brush it more often. What's a special occasion?
Oh, shit, I forgot. Olivia never brushes... This is so fucking good. All right. Without me seeing Olivia's hair, I'm guessing she doesn't brush it all that much. I mean, it's not like I look at her hair. She mostly just wears that hoodie and pulls it all tight, like... I just didn't feel like it, Aunt Sophia. Oh, boy. Instantly, my throat starts hurting. Oh, no, I forgot about that. Again, I feel like by the time the endings take place, Olivia's kind of gotten over this. This is mostly a thing at the beginning of the game. Over time, this should get less. Like, it's not like she doesn't have a fucking throat condition. She just doesn't talk that much. It's about a pitcher full of water on the table and grab it. Cup is already placed in front of me. So I filled it up and started drinking. I feel like Damien would have done this just without being prompted, because that just feels like something he would do. I forgot Olivia's voice troubles. Ugh, my throat's like sandpaper. Fill the cup instantly, just in case. On the other hand, maybe it's because she's an alligator and the implication is that she's supposed to be in water constantly drowning. Also, let's turn on some fucking chill music, buddy. Let's turn on jazz or high on lounging. This'll do. And he comes over with 2 big plates of bacon and eggs. All right, family, enjoy. Would Inko have objections to the fact that he's now a carnivore and will primarily eat meat? Or is he like, where are my veggies? Where are my veggies? I need my broccoli. Instantly, everyone starts loading up their plates. I waited for everyone to finish before loading up my own. Man, this is the instant Damien realizes something is wrong, because Olivia, like everyone else, has that weird thing where in every single one of these fucking things, everyone is a scrounger and a fucking fat ass about eating everything instantaneously. After loading up a sizable portion of bacon and eggs, I grab my knife and fork and start eating. Eating was hard. With a long snout and a strong jaw and sharp teeth, it makes it a huge challenge. Get the hang of it quickly. You have to keep up the steady pace. Man, this shit's going places. Listen, the author's got some problems with his writing style, but he understands the assignment in terms of, you know, giving me the shit that I like about Body Swap, which is like, of course he would make that fucking mistake. He's a fucking idiot. Also, wouldn't Olivia be terrified waking up in Inko's home, being like, Inko, where the fuck is everyone? Why is it so empty here? Inko, why did you never wear this nice shirt? It's a really nice shirt. Actually, if we were dealing with Liz Body Swap, I feel like she'd be like, Damien, why aren't you wearing these nice clothes your parents bought for you? They're so nice. And Damien just shows up in like the shitty ass... Oh, God. What's wrong? Yo, what the F? Since when do you use a knife and fork? Oh, shit. Olivia always just throws all the food down, scooping it off the plate. No forks needed. Practically nailed off it. I felt like it, I say meekly. All the page burst into laughter. I'm gonna need a drug. I don't feel like Randy would joke about a drug test. He probably says something like, I think I need to take you to a doctor or something. A drug test is weirdly specific compared to saying, like, I need to take you to a doctor. Randy says, well, guffawing. Hank Hill, guffawing. In my fanfic? I can't believe it. And so try to keep the facade of everything being normal, so I set down my knife and fork. How do I approach... How do I eat like Olivia? I've eaten with cutlery all my life. I can't just stop. I better let down the thing for... Oh. Empty plate, jaw still moving. Food on my plate's gone. It's in my mouth and I was chewing. What the... There she is. Ugh, I don't get this. I think it's kind of weird to imply that Olivia's eating is entirely driven by reflex. That is a little fucking creepy. I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Like, he clearly had the capacity to stop himself and eat with knife and fork. And now she's suddenly possessed by the devil. It's really weird. But fuck it. Nervous lag alongside and trying to comprehend that total loss of control of our body. I'm freaked the fuck out by the fact that apparently I do not have total control of myself. Is this why dinosaurs are so fucked up? Is because they're literally acting on instinct half the time? Well, and that's how Liz got that scar on her neck.
Cool!
Olivia, that's us. Down the mats. Must be Liz picking up stuff from school. Grab your stuff. We'll meet you outside. I'd now turn my wheelchair right towards Olivia's room. Her bag is pretty much where she always throws it. When she came home, corner of her room. Roll over, give it a snatch. Ding. A new notification. Came from Olivia's phone, still on the nightstand. I completely forgot about it. I grab it and unlock it, and unlock it instantly with Face ID. Still freaks me out. I mean, we're gonna have to explain how the phone stuff works otherwise. Damien's Face ID never works because he's always trying to be a goofball and he always makes like funny faces, and it's just good enough to make the Face ID just not know what it's dealing with. I noticed the messaging app. 20 texts and 9 missed calls from Inko. Inko! What did you do? What have you done? I'm gonna kill you, Skinny! Yeah, we're gonna need to go with goofball Inko here. Ugh. Interesting that we're going with ending 2 of all places. I mean, it makes sense from that perspective, but... Oh, apparently we're going back to... ending 2. And we're going from Olivia's perspective. Interesting take on the second chapter. Anyway, that's it for the tryouts. I think I'm going to look at a couple more chapters for some of these, which have more. Most of them have like 5 chapters tops. Some of them are just 1. But yeah. Apparently, by the time Inko answers his phone, it's been like half an hour of Olivia trying to text him. This author had some serious issues with writing. Like, it's pretty obvious they're not good with word choice and avoiding repetition and, like, keeping things... But the terseness is really nice. Like, at the very least, the author's just sticking to the points. If this guy wrote 10,000 word chapters and there's, like, 5 words that matter, like, fuck, I'd kill myself. But luckily, this author has the wherewithal to understand that that's not how he does things. So I'm just gonna say it. Good stuff. I'm having fun. I kind of want to read more of it. Take a further look, as it were. So yeah, I will say these tryouts have been fun. We've quite a few fun things we stumbled across. No? A lot of just delightful little things. I genuinely think I'm gonna go and read some other stuff before we move on back to memories and stuff. I don't know, man. I'm not exactly feeling great. I fucking love this story, though. I kind of love the potential of what you can do with Olivia, because Olivia is kind of used to being surrounded by people that care. Putting her in defeat of Inko, who's like at home and there's no one there, is the kind of shit that would fuck someone up real bad. Because like, yes, she can contextualize Inko, but whenever she's with Inko at his place, she's there with him. So they're not really alone. I think a real funny element you can do with the Damien and Liz body swap, if you were ever going to go with something like that, is I feel like you can really go for a fun angle where Damien loses his cool. Because Damien is very one-note with how collected he is, and he does freak out in Ending 1. And I feel like this kind of body swap might just knock him off his feet. Like, he knows about the genre, he's probably genre-savvy enough to have an understanding of what's going on. But I also feel like he's the kind of person where he doesn't... Like, the fact that this is the material, physical reality, that it's not a story that he's looking at on the TV screen, would fuck him up so bad that he just loses his temper and is incapable of controlling himself. Even funnier if you're willing to write it so that whoever gets Damien's body is like, why am I so unnaturally calm? I can't get mad about things anymore. I don't know what it is. It's like Damien's body just resists the urge to pick up momentum in anger. Which is also cool. Again, nature nurture. Have some fun with it. Shake your little booty. Anyway, thank you for coming. You're free to tell me what you think, what your favorite was. Feel free to tell me what your favorite was. How about we look at the list again? Let me look at my list. Let's throw a la look-see. First Contact was pretty cute. I don't know where it's going. It's kind of doing something. There was Ashen Hearts. Ashen Hearts was a fun kind of hammy. It had a very cartoony vibe to it that I kind of like. You know. The Golem of Volk Aldera. Very short, very terse first chapter. Very difficult to get a read on what's actually going to happen. But, I mean, it's going to be a little weird. That's great. I Am the Gator. We just went through that. The Dunwich Heritage. The Dunwich Heritage, I think, is a bit better than the other two from Foxtrot entirely because it sets up, like, we know where we're going with this. Like, there's an obvious sense. I think A Heart of Silver might be different, but that one's weird. Actually, all of these stories are like 4 years after, which is really weird. I don't get it. Animate Evil, no Scorched Past, no Made for Each Other. Made for Each Other was interesting. I really like the Mia angle of things. Like, going with a different POV and giving Mia some... That was pretty cool. Love Isn't Real was fucking hilarious. But towards the end, it showed the Receiver K knows what he's doing if he's just, you know, actually forced to have characters in a room instead of just reminiscing endlessly. Like, fuck off, dude. Thinking to yourself is not what writing is. Tarot Woman was certainly interesting, especially because of the weird supernatural element, and I kind of like that we had a non-human main character for that. I think that's the lot of them. Man, Meteor Game is just not updated, huh? Let's take a look. Did it not update? Oh, this is my history, too. When did I stop that one? I'm sorry, but I have to ask an important question. Would you like a potato? With me. In your arms. I've been dying in your arms tonight! Must have been something you said. Well, unfortunately, it turns out Saffy T. Crook no longer does chapter designations for this. Fuck you, Saffy. Fuck off. I much prefer it when you have chapters put on the title card and everything. We can just go towards the ending and see where we're at. Stuff. Yeah, no updates there. He's exceedingly excited to write chapter 14 and 15. Shine some light on Rose and finally introduce LJ. You're 15 chapters in, buddy. Fucking hell. I'm glad that every single one of the tryouts has been a very brisk and high-paced thing. Oh yeah, let me look through this. First Contact has some more chapters we can read. I Am That Gator has some more chapters to read. I guess Scorched Past if we're gonna do that one. Made for Each Other, some more to read, which is great. Love Isn't Real. All of them are like 5 chapters. Tarot Woman has a 2nd chapter, but that's about it. Cool. Cool. So we can probably wrap those up in like a couple of weeks. Call it a day. Let's look at some more comments, actually. I really like the comments on these. I really think making an 100% eco POV is a mistake. Oh, Ryan Ghost Hunter gets a point. Because it is 2 people. It's kind of weird to constantly focus on one guy when it's like 2 people are suffering here. Look how old chapter 3 is, guys. Like, thanks for the chapter. Or no, thanks. Thanks Q2, buddy. Thank you for coming.